reported on quite heavily. There were some massive white supremacist, white nationalist, neo-Nazi marches and protests within Charlottesville, Virginia, and the University of Virginia. There was a car that had plowed into people walking, and that resulted in 1 woman dead and 19 being injured. And also, a police helicopter was attempting to monitor this protest, and they came low, but I guess they came too low, and they unfortunately crashed in the woodland, in some wooded area, and now those 2 people on there have died, unfortunately. But anyway, so we all know about Infowars Alex Jones, and I'm here to tell you guys about a huge hypocrisy. So conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has called Charlottesville violence a, quote, false flag. So here's what Raw Story says. George Soros did it, or maybe it was the deep state. That was the reaction of the far right to Saturday's violence in Charlottesville, Virginia, which left 3 dead, even as images played on television of James Alex Fields Jr. plowing his car into a crowd protesting the Unite the Right rally. A counter-narrative was coalescing on the internet that offered a competing reality, one that had little grounding in confirmable fact. The disconnect between what most Americans saw or read about the events in Charlottesville, where white nationalists had gathered to protest the removal of a Confederate statue, and what the far right told itself about the very same events, suggests that nearly a year after fake news helped elect a president, alternative facts remain as alluring and persuasive as they have ever been. So basically, this is not surprising, right? You guys know Alex Jones. He is everything to this guy is a conspiracy theory. I think even when Carrie Fisher died, that was a conspiracy theory to this guy. He also is infamously a Sandy Hook denier. He said that Obama did Sandy Hook so that he could get through gun control, which never happened. So obviously wrong. But the main hypocrisy here that I wanted to get at actually was, if you recall, the Young Turks saying the same thing that the Milo Yiannopoulos protest, where these people went just fucking crazy, was a false flag, and that got hammered, and everyone was criticizing him on the right, janking them on the right. But where are the people on the right criticizing this guy now? I don't understand. Or is it only when somebody on the left claims that that an Antifa or whatever protest was a false flag, that's when you criticize them? And this is the hypocrisy. Now, I call out both because I think both are stupid. Neither one of them were false flags. Quite clearly, as the evidence points to, they have the suspect, and we saw what the fuck happened. So I criticize both because neither were false flags. But these guys on the right are just, they only criticize TYT when they do shit like that. Infowars and Alex Jones always get some kind of pass for some very odd reason. But anyways, they say, for the extreme right, Charlottesville was not a cautionary tale about emboldened white supremacists who appear to have found troubling success in the presidential administration of Donald J. Trump. Instead, the entire Unite the Right rally was potentially a false flag perpetuated by the Democrats and their enablers in the deep state, a non-existent figment of the right-wing imagination that invokes a network of career federal and military officials seeking to bring down Donald Trump. I agree that that doesn't exist, but I do think that there is, of course, a deep state within the Trump administration. There's no doubt about that. But again, Alex Jones making up another conspiracy theory saying that this was a false flag. Who is surprised? Not me. What's up, guys? It's Saul Hill here. You guys are watching The Progressive Voice. Make sure you guys click subscribe down below. We're fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail, and we need your help.